Wake up. Wake up. Look in the mirror and stop looking for someone else to save you. It's you. It's always been you. Nobody's coming. Nobody's handing you the crown. You gotta go get it. You gotta earn. You gotta become the best version of you. And that's not just motivation. It's your responsibility. You've been sitting in your comfort zone too long, pretending like you don't have greatness inside you. But deep down, you know it. You feel it. That ache, that whisper, that fire you keep trying to bury, that's your potential screaming to be unleashed. You weren't born to blend in. You were born to stand out. But the best version of you isn't going to come easy. It's not something you stumble on. It's something you grind for, you sacrifice for, you bleed for. Listen to me. Stop settling. Stop settling for average when you know you were built for excellence. Stop playing small because you're afraid to make others uncomfortable with your shine. Stop making excuses about your past, your family, your environment, your environments. Excuses are the lies your fears whisper to keep you from becoming the person you're supposed to be. And I don't care where you came from. I don't care what you've been through. You've got breath in your lungs and fire in your soul. That means you got purpose. But you can't tap into that purpose living like a watered down version of yourself. The real you, the best you, doesn't sleep through life. The best you wakes up with hunger, with discipline, with clarity, with a vision so clear it burns. You think this is supposed to be easy? No. Growth is painful. Becoming the best version of yourself hurts. You gotta say no to temptation. You gotta distance yourself from people who ain't growing. You gotta put in work when your body says I'm tired and your mind says I keep going. That pain, that's the process. That pain is pressure molding you into a diamond. Stop running from it. Embrace it. You don't build strength without resistance. You don't build character without struggle. And you don't become great without pain. So next time you feel like quitting, remember this. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. That's what pressure does. It makes kings. It makes queens. It makes warriors. Everybody talks about wanting to be the best version of themselves. What do your habits say? What do your habits say? What do your daily actions say about your commitment? You can't talk about being elite and still live like it's optional. You can't chase greatness and sleep till noon. You can't ask for transformation and still keep feeding your distractions. The best version of you lives in your routine. Routine. It lives in your discipline. It lives in those moments when nobody's watching and you still choose to do the right thing, the hard thing, the next thing. Stop chasing feelings and start building standard. Your best self doesn't wait to be motivated. They're moved by purpose, by principle. The world don't owe you anything. Nobody's going to hand you a trophy just for showing up. But you got something better. You got a mirror. And every single day you get to decide who you're becoming. So stop comparing. Stop scrolling through social media looking at everybody else's life. None of that matters. What matters is, are you better than who you were yesterday? Are you making progress in your grind? Are you taking ownership? Are you living with integrity when nobody's looking? Are you doing what's necessary or just what's easy? The best version of you doesn't show up by accident. You build that person, one decision at a time, one sacrifice at a time, one early morning, one late night, one more rep, one more study session, one more no to distraction, one more no to distractions. Let me tell you right now, it starts in your mind. The best version of you isn't stronger, faster, or smarter. They just think different. They believe in themselves when the world doubts. They see opportunities where others see obstacles. They speak life over their vision. If your mind ain't right, your grind won't matter. You got to reprogram how you think. No more I can't. No more I'll try. From this day forward, it's I will. It's I will. That must. I'm built for this. It's war out here, and your mind is your most powerful weapon. Sharpen it, protect it, speak to it, feed it with truth, with faith, with purpose. Don't just do it for yourself. Do it for everyone counting on you, your family, your future kids, your community, your bloodline. You are the blueprint. You are the curse breaker. You are the one that changes everything. The best version of you doesn't just succeed. They leave a legacy. They inspire others to rise. They create waves that shake the system. They make their name mean something. You weren't put here just to survive. You were put here to dominate, to lead, to transform, to impact. But it starts by winning the battle within. It's time to unleash the you that's been locked up by fear. That's been quieted by failure. That's been buried under doubt. You've been playing defense for too long. It's time to go on the offense. Attack the day. Attack the opportunity. Attack your goals like your life depends on it, because it does. You don't need more time. You need more intensity, more commitment, more action. Stop thinking. Start moving. Today, right now, make a decision. I will become the best version of me, not tomorrow. Not when it's convenient. Not when I feel ready. Now, no more shrinking. No more delaying. No more running. You owe this to yourself. You owe this to the world. Unleash the beast. Unleash the truth. Unleash the best version of you. Let's go. Let's go. Here are 6 unique keywords for speech. The best version of you, 1. Self-activation, 2. Unleash potential, 3. Mere accountability, 4. Growth over comfort, 5. Legacy living, 6. Mindset armor. Now I explain all these points one by one. Let's start from first powerful point. Growth over comfort. Listen to me. Comfort is the silent killer of potential. It whispers lies in your ear like you're fine where you are and why push harder. But I came to tell you the truth. Growth never lives in the same house as comfort. If you want to become the best version of yourself, not the average, not the easy, not the okay version, you've got to make a decision to choose growth over comfort every single day. See, we live in a world that glorifies easy. Take the shortcut, hack the system, find the cheat code. But let me ask you, how's that working out for the majority of people? The ones chasing comfort, they're stuck. Same place, same problems, same mindset, because comfort is addictive. It makes you feel safe while stealing your greatness. But growth hurts, it stretches, it pulls. It breaks you out of what's familiar. But in that pain, in that discomfort, you become something more. That's where the fire is. That's where the transformation began. You gotta be willing to be uncomfortable long enough to unlock the version of you that you've never met before. Stop looking for easy. Let me talk to the dreamers for a second. The ones with a vision, the ones who feel the call to do something great. Stop looking for easy. Stop praying for comfort. Stop praying for strength. Stop praying for endurance. You're not here to survive. You're here to evolve. Comfort zones are where dreams go to die. You weren't born to sit in a recliner of regret. You were born to climb. You were born to fight. You were born to struggle and overcome. You were born to grow. Every time you face a challenge, you have 2 choices. Back off and stay safe, or lean in and grow. And let me tell you, every giant leap you'll ever take in life will come wrapped in discomfort. Your muscles grow when they're stretched. Your mindset sharpens when it's challenged. Your spirit strengthens when it's tested. No one grows on the couch. You grow in the trenches. Growth is a decision. Let me make this clear. Growth is not automatic. It's a decision. A daily, consistent decision. You don't drift into greatness. You discipline your way into it. You choose the hard road. You show up when it's inconvenient. You keep going when everyone else quits. Comfort wants you to press snooze. Growth demands you rise early and attack the day. Comfort wants you to stay in your lane. Growth dares you to build your own. Comfort wants applause. Growth requires silence, sweat, and struggle before the spotlight. See, you don't become a champion by accident. It's intentional. It's built in dark rooms with no audience, no likes, and no validation. Just discipline, repetition, and focus. You gotta be willing to grow even when it's ugly, even when it's lonely, even when it feels like nothing's changing. Because that's where the foundation is laid. Discomfort is your compass. Listen, if it scares you, that's your direction. If it makes your stomach turn, if it keeps you up at night, if it forces you to confront your fear, that's the path. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's your guide. It's showing you where you need to go. Stop running from the work. Stop hiding from the pain. Start embracing it. Get addicted to it. Because when you lean into the fire, it doesn't burn you. It forges you. You want to build a legacy? Build it brick by brick in the uncomfortable zones of life. You want to be great? Then you got to make peace with the process. You got to fall in love with the grind. You got to walk into the weight room of life and say, put more on the bar. I didn't come here to play small. Comfort is temporary. Growth is forever. Let's keep it real. Comfort might feel good now, but it robs you later. Growth feels tough now, but it pays you for life. Every lesson you learn through discomfort adds to your strength. Every risk you take increases your capacity. Every fear you face unlocks another level of you. Comfort is cheap. Growth is expensive, but growth gives you return on investment. You don't need more motivation. You need more commitment. You need to stop waiting until it feels right. It's never going to feel right. It's never going to feel right. That's the point. You need to act even when it's uncomfortable, because that's where you separate yourself from the pack. Most people will never get there. They'll live their whole lives in their comfort zones, safe, sheltered, soft, but not you. Not if you choose differently. Not if you rise up and say, I will choose growth every time, even if it costs me comfort. Your future is waiting outside the comfort zone. There's a version of you, stronger, wiser, more powerful, that's waiting outside your comfort zone. You won't meet that version by sitting still. You won't meet that version by shrinking back. You meet that version by stretching, by risking, by expanding. So today I dare you, do something uncomfortable. Make that call. Go to the gym. Have the hard conversation. Start the project, speak your truth. Move toward the pain instead of away from it, because that's how you grow. You're not here to be average. You're not here to just get by. You're here to lead, to rise, to impact, to grow. But you've got to be bold enough to leave behind comfort and step into chaos, because that's where greatness is built. Final word, let me leave you with this. You will never outgrow the need to grow. No matter how high you climb, how much you achieve, or how much you know, there's always another level. And every new level requires a new version of you. And every new version of you is born in discomfort. Comfort is easy. Growth is everything. So what's it going to be? Comfort, or your calling, average or expansion, familiar or freedom, safe or savage. Make the choice. Make it daily. Make it boldly. Growth over comfort. Every single time. Legacy living, what are you leaving behind? Not material things, but in impact, in influence, in imprint. That's the question of legacy living. It's not about being remembered because you were the loudest, richest, or most followed. It's about being remembered because you lived a life that mattered, that moved people, that transformed lives. Legacy isn't built at the end. It's built every day through your actions, your habits, your choices. Legacy living is about waking up every morning and understanding that your life is not just about you. It's about what you deposit into the lives of others. It's about intentional impact. Every word you speak, every battle you fight, every sacrifice you make, it becomes part of your legacy. And the best version of you is the one who lives daily with legacy in mind. The power of purpose-fueled action. You want to leave something behind? Then live with purpose. Stop going through the motions. You weren't born just to exist, pay bills, and die. You were born to build, to inspire, to serve, and create a ripple that outlives your physical presence. Legacy living starts with purpose-fueled action. You don't wait until you're successful to leave an impact. You do it now. You serve now. You give now. You grind now. Because real legacy is not tied to your status, tied to your sacrifice, tied to your intention. The people who change the world are not always the richest or most talented. They are the most committed to doing something greater than themselves. They understand that their pain can fuel someone else's healing. Their story can become someone else's survival guide. Their grind can open doors for the next generation. Write the legacy in the dark. Understand this. Most of your legacy will be written in silence. It won't be written in the spotlight. It'll be written in the unseen hours. In the early mornings when you rise before the world. In the late nights when no one claps for you. When you're grinding, sacrificing, staying disciplined while others are distracted. That's where the ink of your legacy is formed. You don't build legacy with words. You build it with consistency. You build it when you keep showing up. Even when nobody sees, nobody thanks, nobody recognizes. Because the best version of you is not performing for the moment. It's preparing for the eternal. And let me tell you something real. People may forget what you did for yourself, but they will never forget what you did for them. Your love, your effort, your mentorship, your energy, those things outlive you. Character is the currency of legacy. Don't chase legacy through fame. Chase it through character. Because real legacy is built with integrity, with honor, with grit. It's about being the same person in private that you are in public. It's about treating the janitor with the same respect as the CEO. It's about keeping your word when it's no longer convenient. You can have all the talent in the world, but if your character is broken, your legacy will crumble. You want to be the best version of yourself? Then check your heart before your highlight reel. Check your motives before your media. Because your true legacy will be felt in the hearts of people, not just in your resume or bank account. Impact over impressing. We live in a culture obsessed with impressing, not impacting. But if you want to live legacy, shift your focus. Impressing is temporary. Impacting is eternal. The people who've truly left legacies didn't spend their lives trying to look good. They spent their lives trying to do good. They built others up. They lifted people out of darkness. They made the world a little better than they found it. Let's stop asking, how many followers do I have? And start asking, who's following my example? Stop asking, how come I go viral? And start asking, how can I add value? Legacy is not building views, it's building value. It's built in how many lives you touch, not how many likes you gather. Generational thinking, legacy, living, means thinking generationally. You plant trees under whose shade you may never sit. You teach, you build, you give, not for applause today, but so that your children and your children's children rise on the foundation you laid. That's legacy, that's vision. You may not have come from a family of legacy, but you can start one. You may not have inherited greatness, but you can build it. You may have grown up in struggle, in lack, in silence, but you can choose today to break the chain. You can decide to be the turning point in your family, your community, your story. Live like you're on assignment. The best version of you is someone who walks like they're on assignment. You don't clock in and clock out of your purpose. You live it. You breathe. You embody it. You become the example. Your life becomes a manual for someone else's breakthrough. That's legacy. And here's the truth. Legacy isn't waiting for you someday. It's being written right now. Every decision you make, every time you choose purpose over pleasure, discipline over distraction, growth over comfort, you're etching your legacy in time. So live bold, live intentional, live like you only get one shot. Because you do. Questions to drive legacy, living what will people say about me when I'm gone? What habits am I passing on to the next generation? Who am I helping right now become better, stronger, more powerful? What injustice am I standing against? What love am I giving without expectation of return? Ask those questions daily. Let them be your compass. Let them challenge you. Let them keep you grounded and focused when the world tries to distract you with noise and nonsense. Conclusion. Make your life count. You don't need millions to leave a legacy. You need meaning. You don't need fame. You need faithfulness. You don't need everything perfect. You just need to show up, be real, and give your best every single day. Let the best version of you be the one who lived to leave a legacy of strength, love, integrity, purpose, and transformation. When you're gone, let your life keep speaking. Let your actions echo. Let your purpose ripple through generations. Build the legacy now. Live so loudly with purpose that even after you're gone, your echo never stops. Mindset armor. The world is a battlefield. And every day you wake up, you're stepping into a war zone. Not a war of bullets or bombs, but a war of thoughts, of emotions, of choices. And if you don't come armored with the right mindset, life will pierce your confidence, steal your joy, and cripple your purpose. Mindset armor is your internal shield. It's your mental toughness, your emotional discipline, your ability to hold the line when everything around you tries to knock you down. It's not something you're born with, it's forged, it's trained. It's built brick by brick through trials, setbacks, and the decision to keep fighting when quitting would be easier. 1. Your mindset is the commander before the body moves. The mind decides. Before action comes belief. That's why your mindset is the commander-in-chief of your entire life. If that commander is weak, the army falls apart. But if that commander is strong, disciplined, and focused, nothing can stop the mission. You've got to build a mindset that says, I don't care how hard it gets. I'm not folding. I don't care how long it takes. I'm not giving up. I don't care what people say. I define me. That's mindset armor. It doesn't just whisper strength. It screams it. It doesn't run from the fire. It walks through it. 2, reprogram your belief system. Many people walk around wearing the beliefs others placed on. You're not smart enough. You're too old. You're too young. You're just average. And over time, they wear those lies like badges. That's not armor, that's poison. You need to strip off the false narratives and rewire your mindset with truth. You were born with purpose. You are capable of evolving. You can outwork, outlast, and outgrow your circumstances. You are enough as you are, but destined to become even more. Mindset armor starts with shedding what's not true and reinforcing what is. That you are powerful beyond measure when your thoughts are in alignment with your purpose. 3, respond, don't react. Armor doesn't just protect, it allows for strategy. When life hits, don't react emotionally. Don't let anger, fear, or doubt hijack your mission. That's what weak minds do. Instead, respond with clarity, wisdom, and strength. That's how warriors move. That's how leaders rise. Life's going to push you hard. That's not up for debate. But what is up for control is how you respond. Mindset armor means learning to pause, assess, and execute calmly under fire. Because when you're armored, pressure doesn't crack you, it polishes you. 4, daily conditioning of the mind. You wouldn't go to battle without preparing physically. So why go into life's battles unprepared mentally? Mindset armor is built through repetition, daily mental workouts, reading empowering books, listening to growth-driven messages, journaling your thoughts and tracking progress, visualizing success and declaring your intentions, surrounding yourself with people who challenge and elevate your thinking. Every day is a rep. Every morning is a mental gym. And if you're not conditioning your mind, trust me, the world is. And the world doesn't care about your dreams like you do. 5, turn pain into steel. The most battle-tested warriors didn't get strong through comfort. They got strong through chaos, through betrayal, through heartbreak, through failure. Your armor gets tougher every time you face pain and say, I'm still standing. Your armor gets denser every time you take a hit and say, I won't stop me. Your armor gets sharper every time you lose and say, oh, watch me come back. Pain either breaks you or builds you. You decide. But if your mindset is right, pain becomes the fire that forges the strongest steel. 6, silence the inner critic, one of the biggest enemies you'll ever face lies between your ears. The critic inside. The voice that says, who do you think you are, or you're not ready? Mindset armor means grabbing that voice by the throat and replacing it with power statements. I've trained too long to quit now. I'm not perfect, but I'm prepared. Your inner dialogue will shape your outer destiny. So speak like a warrior, think like a king, move like a champion. 7, protect your peace at all costs. Not everything deserves your energy. Not everyone deserves access to your mind. Some people will drain you, distract you, or dismantle your focus if you let them. Mindset armor also includes boundaries. You can't keep your mind sharp if you're constantly entertaining drama, gossip, negativity, or comparison. Cut the noise. Cut the chaos. Get laser focused. Your peace is power. Guard it like your life depends on it, because your dreams do. 8, battle tested, never broken when you wear mindset armor. It doesn't mean you don't feel pain. It means you don't stay down. You bleed, you cry, you struggle, but you keep going. You take the lessons, the scars, the losses, and you use them to rise higher. Let every bruise be a badge. Let every fall fuel your flight. Let every no become your why. Mindset armor isn't about avoiding storms. It's about being the one who walks through the storm and comes out stronger, wiser, and hungrier. Final word, train daily. Fight ready. Mindset armor is not once and done. It's not something you put on once and forget. It's a lifestyle. A commitment to be mentally and emotionally battle ready every day. So before you chase the dream, before you go to the gym, before you enter the boardroom, the classroom, the battlefield of life, check your armor. Is your mindset locked in? Are your thoughts aligned with your goals? Is your inner voice your biggest hype man or your biggest enemy? Because if your mindset is armor, you're unstoppable, you're unshakable. You are becoming the best version of you no matter what life throws your way. Mirror accountability. Face the real you. There's one person who knows the truth. One person you can't lie to. One person who sees every choice, every slip, every compromise you make. That person isn't your coach. It's not your boss. It's not your friends. It's the person in the mirror. Mirror accountability means taking full ownership of your reflection. No filters, no excuses, no blaming anyone else. Just you and the truth. You can fool the world, but you can't fool the mirror. It doesn't respond to words. It reflects your choices, your habits, your discipline, your grind. It reflects exactly who you've chosen to be up until this moment. You want the best version of you? You've got to look that version in the eye and hold yourself accountable for creating it. No more excuses. No more blame. People who avoid accountability are always pointing finger. My parents didn't raise me right. I didn't get the opportunities. People don't support me. Life isn't fair. Guess what? Life isn't fair. It's never been fair. But here's the truth. The mirror doesn't care. The mirror only shows what you've done with what you were given. The mirror says, okay, your circumstances were tough, so what did you do about it? Excuses are distractions disguised as explanations. They feel good for a moment, but they steal your power. Culpability, on the other hand, feels uncomfortable at first, but it leads to freedom. The moment you stop blaming and start owning, that's the moment your life starts changing. The mirror never lies. The mirror doesn't listen to your dream. It listens to your decision. You say you want to be disciplined? The mirror asks, so did you show up when it was hard? You say you want success? The mirror asks, did you wake up early? Did you study? Did you push yourself? You say you're committed. The mirror replies, approve it. Talk is cheap. The mirror exposes truth. You can say you're all in, but the mirror knows if you're lying. The mirror saw when you said, I'll work out today, and didn't it? The mirror saw when you promised, this time I'll go all the way, but quit halfway. You don't grow by lying to yourself. You grow when you finally get real. Accountability is a superpower. Accountability isn't weakness. It's a weapon. It's power. It's what separates champions from quitters. When you become the type of person who owns every decision, something changes in your soul. You start walking different. You talk different. You move with intention. Because now you know there's no one else to blame. Winners look in the mirror every day and say, if it's going to change, it starts with me. They don't need someone else to call them out. They call themselves out. They don't need a coach to correct them. They correct themselves. That's mirror accountability. That's radical ownership. Look closer. The truth is there. You want to know what level you're at, what you're really capable of. Don't guess. Don't ask others. Go to the mirror. Look into your own eyes. What do you see? Do you see someone who's giving it 100%? Do you see someone who's built on discipline or built on excuses? Do you see someone who's proud or pretending? When you look in the mirror, you're not just seeing your face, you're seeing your choices. You don't like what you see, don't cover it up. Change it. The mirror isn't your enemy. It's your accountability partner. It doesn't hate you. It's trying to wake you up. You can't grow what you don't own. People want success, but they don't want to admit their flaws. But listen to me. You can't grow what you don't own. If you keep denying your laziness, you'll never develop discipline. If you keep pretending you're focused, you'll never find clarity. If you keep faking confidence, you'll never build real belief. Mirror accountability requires brutal honesty. It means saying, I'm not where I need to be, but I'm done pretending I am. It means saying, yes, I messed up. Yeah, I've been slipping, but I won't keep living like this. Once you accept that truth, the real transformation begins. The mirror can be your motivation. This isn't about shame. It's not about tearing yourself down. It's about confronting the truth so you can rise. The mirror isn't just for correction. It's for connection. It's your daily check-in, your daily reminder of who you're becoming. Your chance to ask, did I give my best today? Did my best today? I live like I respect myself. Did I honor my goals, my values, my vision? If the answer is a no, good. Now you know where to grow. Now you know where to focus. Mirror accountability is not your enemy. It's your mirror mentor. Be the person you promised to be. You made promises to your future self. You've said things like, I'll never quit again. Now, I'm going all in this time. I'm going to become unstoppable. The mirror is asking, are you keeping those promises? You say you want the best version of you? Then be the person you promised you'd be when you were dreaming. Be the person who follows through, who shows up, who finishes. Every morning you wake up, the mirror is there waiting. It's asking one question. Are you becoming the person you told me you were going to become? Rebuild. Refolding off good. That means you're human. Be human. But now it's time to rebuild. Stand in front of that mirror and say, yes, I've made mistakes. Yes, I've lied to myself before. But today is different. Today I face myself. Today I hold myself accountable. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be honest. And then you need to be relentless. Because the person in the mirror, that's your only true competition. Every single day you fight to become better than that version. Every single day you push just a little harder. That's how you win. Final charge. Face it and fix it if you want growth. Face the mirror if you want success. Own your flaws. If you want the next level, get real about your current one. Mirror accountability is where power begins. So look deep. Don't blink. Don't flinch. This isn't about judgment. It's about evolution. Face it. Elevate. The best version of you is waiting inside the mirror. Self-activation. Flip the switch within. There comes a moment in your life when you realize nobody's coming to activate your greatness. Nobody's handing you motivation. Nobody's dropping discipline off at your doorstep. No sirens will blare to signal it's time to change. You got to look in the mirror and flip the switch yourself. That's self-activation. It's the process of waking up to your own power. It's choosing to stop waiting and start working. It's the decision to go from passive to powerful without external permission. Self-activation is when you say, I'm not waiting to feel ready. I'm not waiting for a sign. I am the sign. No more permission slips. Too many people are walking around life like they need someone to validate them. They're waiting for a boss to tell them they're good enough. They're hoping for a parent to finally say, I'm proud of you. They're chasing applause, likes, and validation, believing that someone else must push the button that activates their purpose. But here's the truth. You are the plug. You are the power source. You are the ignition. The dream won't light up until you light up. The results won't happen until you move. You can't outsource your breakthrough. It's built within you. Stop sitting in the dark waiting for someone to flip the switch. Be the spark. Be the ignition. Be the star. Action over emotion, self-activation doesn't come from hype. It comes from habit, from deciding, from getting up and doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. That's what separates the average from the elite. The elite don't rely on emotions. They rely on execution. They activate themselves when the world is asleep. They don't need cheerleaders. They don't need the perfect conditions. They just need a mission and the guts to pursue it. Waiting for the perfect moment is the enemy of self-activation. The perfect time is a myth. The truth is, right now is all you got. Right now is your only guarantee. So what are you going to do with it? Your inner alarm clock, you have an internal alarm clock. You can feel it ringing every day. That unease, that tension, that nagging feeling that you're not where you're supposed to be. That's not depression. That's not confusion. That's your greatness trying to wake you up. But most people hit snooze. They ignore it. They numb it with entertainment, food, distractions, and excuses. They silence the call. But you're different. You feel that inner voice growing louder. You know it's time. You know that a greater version of you exists, and you're done postponing it. So stop hitting snooze on your calling. Wake up, activate, move. You're one decision away. Here's what people don't get. You don't become activated over years of planning. You don't need 10 degrees or a 10-year plan. You're one decision away. Just one. One decision to show up differently. One decision to stop tolerating excuses. One decision to move from inspiration to implementation. Yeah, one decision. It's not a feeling. It's not a vibe. It's a command. You tell your body, we move now. You tell your mind, we grind now. You stop negotiating with weakness and start declaring war on mediocrity. The best version of you is not waiting on the sidelines. They are waiting on you to take command. The power of your name, say your name out loud. Right now, that name represents power. It represents potential. And most of all, it represents ownership. Nobody else wears your name. Nobody else carries your assignment. Nobody else has your fingerprint or your fire. Self-activation begins when you take full ownership of that name. When you say, everything that comes with this name, from now on, will be rooted in greatness. No more excuses. No more laziness. No more survival mode. I am becoming a creator. Your time, your terms, the world will try to program you to stay average. They'll sell you distractions. They'll sell you distractions. They'll tell you, wait your turn. But self-activated individuals, they create their turn. They stop letting time pass them by, and they start commanding the clock. From the moment they wake up, their day is structured with intention. They're not living on default. They're living on design. They're not reacting. They're responding. They've got a schedule that matches their standards, a mindset that matches their mission. You want the best version of you? Then create a life that doesn't just support activation, but demands it. No more off switch once you activate, there's no going back. You don't get to taste discipline, focus, fire, and then go back to excuses. Once you feel the power of choosing your future, you can't unfeel it. You can't unknow your potential. That doesn't mean you won't get tired. But now, even on your worst day, you won't go back to who you were. Why? Because you've seen too much. You felt what it's like to be lit from within. That fire doesn't die. It may flicker, but it doesn't disappear. You might rest, but you don't retreat. You might struggle, but you don't surrender. You stay on. You stay activated. From survival to strategy, there's a difference between reacting and responding, between surviving and strategizing. Self-activation moves you from the chaos of survival into the calm of command. You stop running from pain and start using pain. You stop fearing pressure and start using pressure as a trigger to level up. This is where you go from asking a why me to shouting a try me. This is where you stop praying for easier battles and start preparing to become stronger for them. When you're self-activated, life doesn't break you, it builds you. You're built for this. Let's get one thing straight. Self-activation doesn't mean perfection. It means progress with purpose. It means you fall, but you rise with fire. It means you get knocked down, but now you bounce back with vision. You are built for more. You are built for greatness. You are built to evolve. You are built to activate. So today, make that decision. Wake up the warrior. Wake up the winner. Wake up the winner. Wake up the real you. Flip the switch. Own your fire. Activate yourself. This is your moment. Self-activation. Flip the switch within. There comes a moment in your life when you realize nobody's coming to activate your greatness. Nobody's handing you motivation. Nobody's dropping discipline off at your doorstep. No sirens will blare to signal it's time to change. You got to look in the mirror and flip the switch yourself. That's self-activation. It's the process of waking up to your own power. It's choosing to stop waiting and start working. It's the decision to go from passive to powerful without external permission. Self-activation is when you say, I'm not waiting to feel ready. I'm not waiting for a sign. I am the sign. No more permission slips. Too many people are walking around life like they need someone to validate them. They're waiting for a boss to tell them they're good enough. They're hoping for a parent to finally say, I'm proud of you. They're chasing applause, likes, and validation, believing that someone else must push the button that activates their purpose. But here's the truth. You are the plug. You are the power source. You are the ignition. The dream won't light up until you light up. The results won't happen until you move. You can't outsource your breakthrough. It's built within you. Stop sitting in the dark, waiting for someone to flip the switch. Be the spark. Be the ignition. Be the start. Action over emotion, self-activation doesn't come from hype. It comes from habit, from deciding, from getting up and doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. That's what separates the average from the elite. The elite don't rely on emotions. They rely on execution. They activate themselves when the world is asleep. They don't need cheerleaders. They don't need the perfect conditions. They just need a mission and the guts to pursue it. Waiting for the perfect moment is the enemy of self-activation. The perfect time is a myth. The truth is, right now is all you got. Right now is your only guarantee. So what are you going to do with it? Your inner alarm clock, you have an internal alarm clock. You can feel it ringing every day. That unease, that tension, that nagging feeling that you're not where you're supposed to be. That's not depression. That's not confusion. That's your greatness trying to wake you up. But most people hear news. They ignore it. They numb it with entertainment, food, distractions, and excuses. They silence the call. But you're different. You feel that inner voice growing louder. You know it's time. You know that a greater version of you exists, and you're done postponing it. So stop hitting snooze on your calling. Wake up, activate, move. You're one decision away. Here's what people don't get. You don't become activated over years of planning. You don't need 10 degrees or a 10-year plan. You're one decision away. Just one. One decision to show up differently. One decision to stop tolerating excuses. One decision to move from inspiration to implementation. Yeah, one decision? It's not a feeling, it's not a vibe, it's a command. You tell your body, we move now. You tell your mind, we grind now. You stop negotiating with weakness and start declaring war on mediocrity. The best version of you is not waiting on the sidelines. They are waiting on you to take command. The power of your name, say your name out loud. Right now, that name represents power. It represents potential. And most of all, it represents ownership. Nobody else wears your name. Nobody else carries your assignment. Nobody else has your fingerprint or your fire. Self-activation begins when you take full ownership of that name. When you say, everything that comes with this name, from now on, will be rooted in greatness. No more excuses. No more laziness. No more survival mode. I am becoming a creator. Your time, your terms, the world will try to program you to stay average. They'll sell you distractions. They'll sell you distractions. They'll tell you, wait your turn. But self-activated individuals, they create their turn. They stop letting time pass them by, and they start commanding the clock. From the moment they wake up, their day is structured with intention. They're not living on default. They're living on design. They're not reacting. They're responding. They've got a schedule that matches their standards, a mindset that matches their mission. You want the best version of you? Then create a life that doesn't just support activation, but demands it. No more off switch once you activate, there's no going back. You don't get to taste discipline, focus, fire, and then go back to excuses. Once you feel the power of choosing your future, you can't unfeel it. You can't unknow your potential. That doesn't mean you won't get tired. But now, even on your worst day, you won't go back to who you were. Why? Because you've seen too much. You felt what it's like to be lit from within. That fire doesn't die. It may flicker, but it doesn't disappear. You might rest, but you don't retreat. You might struggle, but you don't surrender. You stay on. You stay activated. From survival to strategy, there's a difference between reacting and responding, between surviving and strategizing. Self-activation moves you from the chaos of survival into the calm of command. You stop running from pain and start using pain. You stop fearing pressure and start using pressure as a trigger to level up. This is where you go from asking a why me to shouting a try me. This is where you stop praying for easier battles and start preparing to become stronger for them. When you're self-activated, life doesn't break you, it builds you. You're built for this. Let's get one thing straight. Self-activation doesn't mean perfection. It means progress with purpose. It means you fall, but you rise with fire. It means you get knocked down, but now you bounce back with vision. You are built for more. You are built for greatness. You are built to evolve. You are built to activate. So today, make that decision. Wake up the warrior. Wake up the winner. Wake up the winner. Wake up the real you. Flip the switch. Own your fire. Activate yourself. This is your moment. Elevation, rise above. Don't settle. There comes a moment in every journey when staying where you are becomes more painful than growing into who you are meant to be. That moment is your invitation to elevate, not to impress, not to compete, but to evolve, to rise, to become the highest version of yourself, the real you. Elevation isn't about ego. It's about essence. It's about pushing beyond the familiar, breaking through ceiling, and refusing to be defined by limitation. It's when you say to yourself, I may have come from humble beginnings, but I was born to go higher. Comfort zones are coffins for potential you can't elevate and stay comfortable. At the same time, comfort whispers, stay here. You've done enough, but elevation shouts, there's more in you, rise. Comfort zones are cozy, but they kill growth. They convince you the average is enough. But you weren't born to be average. You were born to expand, to stretch, to grow. You were born to build, to soar, to rise. Think about it, no plane ever took off while staying on the runway. No seed ever became a tree without breaking through the dirt. Elevation begins when you choose discomfort over stagnation, when you stop fearing the climb and start embracing the challenge. The mountain is you. Elevation is not about the external climb. It's an internal transformation. The mountain isn't out there. The mountain is you. It's your doubts, your fears, your past, your insecurities. And your job is to conquer that mountain. But every day, how do you do that? By choosing discipline over distraction, by choosing faith over fear, by choosing focus over noise, by choosing to get up when life knocks you down. You rise by confronting your shadow. You elevate by building new habits, speaking new words, and believing new thoughts. It's about raising your standard, then living up to it even when no one is watching. Elevation requires separation to elevate. You have to separate from people, patterns, and places that keep you grounded. Not everyone can go where you're going. Some folks are comfortable on the ground. They're afraid of the altitude you're chasing. And if you're not careful, they'll project their fears onto you. Listen, don't let someone else's fear of heights keep you from flying. Don't shrink to fit into a world that's too small for your calling. Separate from distractions. Distance yourself from doubt. Create space for your elevation. Because here's the truth. Growth is lonely before it's legendary. It's silent before it's celebrated. Keep climbing. You are the flight plan. You don't need someone else's map. You are the map. Your purpose is your compass. Your discipline is your engine. And your belief is your fuel. You won't always know the next step. Elevation doesn't come with certainty. It comes with conviction. There will be turbulence. There will be storms. But if you stay committed to the climb, the view will be worth it. So don't settle for what's easy. Don't hang out with the crowd that's afraid to evolve. Create your own altitude. Build your own level. And if it doesn't exist, create it. Because when you elevate, you become the invitation. You become the example. You become the light others follow out of their own darkness. The top is built for you. You weren't made to crawl through life. You weren't designed to settle for average. You were wired for greatness. You were meant to rise. Every sacrifice you make, every early morning you wake up, every rep you push through, every you say to the wrong thing is a brick in the staircase of your elevation. So rise when it's hard. Rise when you feel like quitting. Rise when nobody's watching. Rise when your legs shake and your voice tremble. Your next level is not found in more comfort. It's found in more courage. And if you keep showing up, if you keep doing the work, if you refuse to settle, the world won't be able to ignore the new version of you that's rising.